Celeb Secrets is hanging out with Preston Cooper today. What's going on? How are you?
I'm doing great, just getting back from the road with Riley.
Oh my gosh, you need to tell me all about that experience. I know Riley always has a great show.
I mean, just honestly, just hanging out with him and talking about hunting is probably my favorite part about it.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome, awesome. And I know it big month for you. Your debut album, Toledo Talking, is gonna be out. What's the first word that comes to mind when you think about this moment?
Grateful, grateful. I'm very grateful to be able to do this and just put out a piece of art that I've created. It's just so cool.
And this process really had to be a lot for you. I know exciting, but also nerve-wracking because it is your debut album.
Yeah.
Can you take me into that writing and recording process for making this project?
Yeah, I mean, we spent like a year just writing songs and I at the time I was living in Ohio, so I was making a lot of trips back and forth and we wrote like 20 songs and then we picked 12 of them
Okay.
and we went in the studio and actually cut 8 of them in one day in the same day. It was wild.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and just started putting vocals on them and that's how it rolled. It was pretty
Oh,
quick actually.
wow, that's amazing. And I feel like the project is really personal to you. Is there a story that you wanted this project to tell about who you are, both as a person and an artist? What's kind of that story like?
Yeah, I think it has a lot to do with me coming from a small town and moving and taking chances and just like jumping and doing the thing, because I had a really good job at the post office and I quit to do music and that was kind of scary at the time. So that's really what it's about is like taking those chances and moving.
Yeah, and looking back on it when you were making that decision to quit your job to do music, is there anything you would tell younger Preston in that moment, knowing what you know now?
Honestly, I don't know that. I mean, it's just all kind of worked out. So I'm just very
Yeah.
thankful of how it worked out.
And I know you've gone from being the singing mailman and you were walking 14 miles a day, and then you were just opening for Riley Green and Cameron Marlowe. What has this ride been like from your perspective?
Oh gosh, it's a journey. It's a whirlwind. It's like being in a tornado. You just don't know where you're gonna be the next
Hmm.
moment. And like the Cameron Marlowe tour was on a whim. Like it happened so fast. Like he called my booking agent and was like, "Hey, I want him on every single show on my tour," and it was like the next month. So it was really wild how that all worked out.
That's amazing. And I know you co-wrote 9 out of the 12 songs on this project, including The Takedown,
Yeah,
which I feel really hits hard emotionally. Can you
yes.
take us inside that moment when you wrote that one with Brett Warren?
Yeah, we were just hanging out at his place and we were having a conversation just about it was kind of hard in that time when I moved to Nashville because
Mhm.
I didn't have a lot of friends and stuff and I was playing tons of gigs, but to focus on what I wanted to do in the music business, I had to take some photos down and just kind of not forget about where I came from, but like just put 100% of my energy into Nashville.
Mhm.
So to do that, I took this stuff down and he's like, dude, that's a great idea. The takedown. It's like I just had to take down all the memories off the wall. And that's like one of the lines in the chorus.
Oh, that's really interesting. And you got this full band, like no frills recording style here for this project. And I feel like it gives it such a raw and honest feel.
Yeah.
What made you want to go old school in the studio instead of taking more of that progressive, polished Nashville sound that people are doing now?
I grew up listening to old music like
Okay.
Bob Seger and Stevie Ray Vaughan and BB King, a lot of blues. And I think that it's almost like that Memphis sound. And
Mhm.
so I think that really resonates with me and I just wanted it to sound authentic and very me. I don't know. That's the best way I can explain it.
Yeah, totally. And I feel like these songs are you. It kind of really describes who you are as an artist and who you are as a person. For people maybe that are just going to take a crack at you and your music, how would you describe Preston Cooper?
Well, I'm from a small town in Ohio and I grew up on a farm and
Mhm.
I just write songs that mean a lot to me
Okay.
and or cut songs that mean a lot to me and that I didn't write. But um, I just think it's very authentic to my life and I want people take something from it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's hope, maybe it's just a cool future or whatever. And I think I love when people hear something that's inspirational to them, like young musicians coming up. Just how like Chris Stapleton was for me. I want them to be able to take something from that and really, get inspired by it.
You've been generating a lot of buzz. I know Week was your debut radio single and it's already doing super well up on those charts. How is that, hearing yourself on the radio?
It's pretty wild,
Yeah.
I just found out today is number 37, so it's pretty
Crazy.
cool. But going home to my hometown and hearing it on 92.3 is crazy. I mean, it's like I just grew up listening to the radio, and now my song's playing on there, regularly every day. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Do you remember that first moment when you turned on the radio and you heard your song?
Yeah, I was here in Nashville,
Okay.
103.3, I believe.
Okay.
And yeah, it was like I just turned on the radio and it was playing. To be in Nashville and hearing it was like really cool.
I know you've said that this album is all about, chasing dreams and battling doubts and learning where you stand. What's one thing that you've learned about yourself while making this project?
I have a lot of mental capacity to deal with things, I guess, and just drive to keep going and finish things until they're done.
Okay.
So.
And is there a track from the album that you're most excited to play live once it's out?
That's a good question. I have fun playing a lot of the songs on there, all of them. Headed Home's really cool. I love that song. It's just musically, it's so cool to play live.
And why do you think it hits different on stage?
I think, it's got a lot of hope in that song embedded, especially in the lyrics and stuff. 'Cause I'm a believer, and I think a lot of people really take that in. They're like, it's like, wow, that was interesting, musically and lyrically. It just hits different. It's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. And is there one song on Toledo Talking you'd say is like the perfect intro to you and your story?
Toledo Talkin.
Okay.
The verse of that song is basically my life.
Are you setting any goals for yourself for the rest of the year once the project comes out?
Yeah, I'd love to play more live shows and continue to write great songs and maybe record some music in the near future. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you been thinking about that? I know that the first one isn't even out yet, but I know a lot of you guys think ahead sometimes.
That's all I think about. Like super excited for the new stuff, but I gotta kind of remember just to back off that a little bit, put my energy into this album. So.
And lastly, we are Celeb Secrets. So any maybe like behind the scenes fun moments or something that we wouldn't know from this project when you made it?
I mean, a funny story is this girl came in. Gosh, I can't remember her name still. And she came in the studio and we're having her sing on a couple songs. And she's Billy Joel's background singer right now.
Okay.
She's singing with Elton John, Garth Brooks, and great artist. But we started playing Weak for her on the studio just to kind of get her in the vibe, and she heard it. I started singing, she turned around, she's like, "Is that you singing? There's no way that's you singing." And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Do you know Jesus? Because if you're going to sing like that, you better know Jesus." So that was kind of a funny story.
Oh my gosh. Wait, that's so cool. Yeah, you do have a really good voice. I saw you live at CRS at the luncheon, and I mean, I was blown away. Everyone else was blown away.
Thank you. Yeah.
You're welcome.